And now, his view, an editorial opinion by Bill Martin.
The number one selling book in the world of all time is, and at the same time, the least read and the least understood. There are two reasons why most people never consult the Bible. One is because they do not believe in God, and the other is because the book seems, so complex. I'm not here to convince you of God, but I will say that ignoring the wealth of wisdom in that book is at your own peril. The Bible, you see, is the ultimate owner's manual. It is an all-encompassing guide to life. Yes, it does tell the story of salvation, but if you've already dismissed God, then put aside the spiritual and focus on the vivid instructions for a good life. As I said, it is the definitive manual, the user manual, if you will. Skip the parts about the beginning of life, even ignore the parts about the end of life. What you will find in between is absolutely invaluable instruction on living a better, happier, and more fulfilling life. For one thing, you will quickly find that the Bible does not say all kinds of things that you think it says. Perhaps you've been misinformed, but for instance, the book does not say you should not drink. It says you should not get drunk. It does not say that you should not enjoy fine dining. It says, don't be a glutton. It does not say you cannot dance. In fact, the Bible encourages dance, encourages music and celebration. It even talks of playing music with the very instruments that today are used by contemporary rock bands. The user manual spends a lot more time with the appropriate things to do rather than the don'ts. In fact, there is a complete section dedicated to pure guidance in life, the Book of Proverbs, and it would be better known as the Book of Wisdom. That's where you'll find the most direct, the most clear wisdom of how to navigate through this complex and often mean-spirited world. Proverbs poses the good against the bad. It makes the advice so clear, even I can understand it. What could be more clear than a sentence that says, do this and benefit, or do that and suffer? Well, now, I know the Bible has a reputation for complexity, and many believe the book contradicts itself. But I have come to understand that the contradictions are not in the book. They are in your interpretation. And that leads me to another piece of advice. If you truly want to understand the lessons of life, get a book that you can read and understand. Don't grab the old dusty King James edition. That's written in Old English. We don't speak that language anymore. Get yourself a new book, one that uses the language we do speak today. There are a number of contemporary translations that make for a much easier read. And personally, I prefer the New Living Translation, also known as the NLT. Now, don't jump down my throat to defend the King James or some other older texts. I'm not judging your choice for a spiritual experience. I'm just suggesting a more straightforward read for the user manual. While I'm on the point of personal choices in Bible translations, keep in mind that none of the English language translations is perfect. And that's because our language does not have the same words or meaning as contained in the original documents. In fact, the only absolutely correct Bible is only found in the original scrolls, and they were written in ancient Hebrew, a language no longer spoken outside of scholarly settings. My point is, get an owner's manual to guide you through a better life. And like it or not, there is none better than the Bible itself. At least, that's my view. I'm Bill Martin.
You've been listening to His View by Bill Martin. Listen every weekday at noon, 6 p.m., and midnight, right here on Radio from Hope Center.